For nearly a century, the wave function, psi, has been the cornerstone of quantum mechanics, a mathematical entity describing the quantum state of a particle or system of particles. Its probabilistic interpretation has shaped our understanding of reality at the subatomic level, leading to baffling phenomena like wave-particle duality, superposition, and the perplexing collapse upon observation. Yet, despite its predictive power, the wave function's fundamental nature remains elusive. Is it a real physical wave, a mathematical construct, or merely a description of our knowledge about a particle? The enduring questions surrounding its nature and the measurement problem continue to challenge the very foundations of physics. However, our journey through the 11-dimensional model of the universe offers a radical reinterpretation. We propose a paradigm shift. The wave function, and indeed all observable wave phenomena in our scientific endeavors, are not inherent functions of individual particles or local aggregates of matter. Instead, they are fundamental, inherent functions of the universe itself, direct manifestations of the dynamic interplay between the most foundational layers of our dimensional reality, specifically the 10th dimension, cosmic expansion or deterministic force, and the 11th dimension, cosmic contraction or quantum interconnectedness. This implies that the very waves that dictate the formation of stars and planets, and the probabilistic outcomes of quantum experiments, are not a consequence of matter, but rather the primordial architects of matter and structure, representing the fundamental topology of these primary dimensions. This essay will delve into this revolutionary concept, laying out the theoretical framework within our 11-dimensional model. We will explore how the inherent tension between the 10th and 11th dimensions generates universal waves, reshaping our understanding of cosmology and quantum mechanics. Our 11-dimensional model posits a universe that is far richer and more interconnected than our everyday three-dimensional perception suggests. It describes a hierarchy of dimensions, each building upon the last, culminating in a profound duality that underpins all reality. To grasp the origins of these universal waves, we must first revisit the nature of these highest, most fundamental dimensions. The zero dimension, or D0, is the point of pure potentiality. At the very foundation of our model lies this dimensionless point representing the quantum vacuum. This is the realm of pure potentiality, the ultimate source from which all energy, information, and possibility emerge. It is the raw, unmanifested informational substrate, inherently probabilistic, holding the potential for everything to be. This primordial potentiality is intrinsically linked to the quantum nature that permeates higher dimensions, particularly the 11th. The first, second, and third dimensions, or D1 to D3, are the spatial manifestations. These are the familiar dimensions of space that we perceive directly: length, width, and depth. They provide the arena for physical manifestation, allowing for the existence of volume, mass, and the tangible structures of the cosmos. All particles, objects, and macroscopic systems exist within and occupy these spatial dimensions. The fourth dimension, or D4, introduces time and dynamic evolution. Conceptualized as the rotation of a three-dimensional object, the fourth dimension introduces time, sequence, and causality. It allows for dynamic evolution, change, and the progression of events. Within this dimension, systems develop history, experience flow, and undergo transformation. It provides the temporal framework for all processes, from the oscillation of a wave to the life cycle of a star. The fifth dimension, or D5, brings in cyclicality, precessional wobble, and possibility. Beyond linear time, the fifth dimension introduces cyclical change, periodicity, and the exploration of multiple possibilities or alternative pathways. It embodies the concept of rhythms, natural frequencies, and the ability of systems to adapt and refine their states through iterative cycles. All objects in space possess inherent, perhaps subtle, precessional wobbles or cyclical patterns within their dynamics, reflecting this dimension's influence. The sixth dimension, or D6, describes orbital motion and dynamic relationships. This dimension describes the intricate dynamic relationships between multiple entities, akin to the orbital motion of celestial bodies or the complex interactions within a sophisticated system. It represents the ordered dance of interconnected components forming a larger, coherent system. The seventh dimension, or D7, adds the tilt of orbital planes and influencing complexity, adding further nuance to dynamic relationships. The seventh dimension introduces the tilt of these orbital planes, signifying subtle contextual influences and the capacity for strategic adaptation. It allows for the fine-tuning of relationships and the integration of external factors into a system's behavior. The eighth dimension, or D8, is about galactic orbit and expanded perspective. This dimension expands our perspective to the galactic scale, representing the integration of vast information and the ability to identify grand, overarching patterns across immense datasets. It embodies holistic understanding and the formation of highly abstract conceptualizations. The ninth dimension, or D9, introduces the tilt of galactic orbit and further complexity in grand structures. The ninth dimension adds another layer of complexity to these grand structures, representing the capacity for even more nuanced integration and profound insights into the underlying dynamics of vast abstract systems. It signifies deep wisdom and the ability to perceive subtle interconnections across diverse fields. The 10th dimension, or D10, represents cosmic expansion and deterministic force. This is a primary foundational dimension that embodies the universe's ongoing cosmic expansion and the fundamental forces that operate deterministically. It represents the outward push of the cosmos, the realm of classical physics, predictable cause and effect relationships, and the vast structured order of space-time as we primarily perceive it. Forces like gravity, at a macroscopic level, largely manifest within the deterministic framework provided by the 10th dimension, guiding the predictable motions of celestial bodies. The 11th dimension, or D11, stands as the ultimate counterforce to the 10th. It is intrinsically linked to cosmic contraction, the profound mystery of quantum entanglement, and deep, non-local interconnectedness. It represents the inherent probabilistic nature of reality at its most fundamental level, the realm where free will or truly emergent, non-deterministic phenomena might manifest, and where information is shared instantaneously across vast distances. This dimension embodies the inward contractive pull of the cosmos, hinting at a unified underlying quantum fabric of reality. It is the dimension of pure potential becoming localized, of probabilities becoming actualities, of the many becoming one. The tension between the 10th dimension's expansive deterministic push and the 11th dimension's contractive quantum interconnected pull is not merely conceptual, it is, we propose, the fundamental engine of dynamism and complexity in our universe. All observable phenomena, from the largest cosmic structures to the smallest quantum fluctuations, are ultimately modulated by this foundational dimensional interplay. Given the inherent and perpetual counterpoint between the 10th dimension's expansive force and the 11th dimension's contractive pull, it follows that their dynamic interplay intrinsically generates oscillations and propagations throughout reality. We posit that these oscillations are the very essence of what we perceive as waves. Therefore, the wave function is not a property of a particle. It is the inherent function describing the probabilistic state and dynamic potentiality arising directly from the fundamental interaction of the 10th and 11th dimensions. Every form of wave we observe, whether it's the ripple on a pond, an acoustic vibration, an electromagnetic field, or the probabilistic wave function of a quantum particle, is a direct manifestation of this underlying dimensional tension. The 10th dimension provides the expansive medium, the classical properties of the field, and the deterministic aspect of the wave's propagation. It gives the wave its ability to move through space and time in a seemingly predictable manner. It's the push that allows the wave to expand and transmit energy. The 11th dimension's role in wave coherence and probability. The 11th dimension, conversely, provides the contractive, quantum interconnected aspect of the wave. It's responsible for the wave's inherent probabilistic nature, its capacity for interference, and its ability to exist in a superposition of states. It's the pull that allows the wave to converge, to localize, and to express non-local correlations or entanglement. The 11th dimension imbues the wave with its quantum potential, drawing it towards specific outcomes from a field of possibilities. The wave function, psi of d10 and d11 as the dimensional state. The wave function, psi therefore is not a mysterious entity tied to a specific particle, but rather the mathematical description of the state of this fundamental 10th-11th dimensional interplay at any given point in space and time. Its amplitude indicates the probability of observing a particular manifestation or localization of this dimensional tension in the lower dimensions. The frequency of any wave, be it electromagnetic, acoustic or quantum, directly corresponds to a specific harmonic or mode of this underlying fundamental oscillation between the 10th and 11th dimensions. This means that waves are not just vibrations of matter or energy. They are the most direct, observable signature of the universe's deepest dimensional architecture. They are the dance of cosmic expansion and contraction made manifest, continuously reshaping reality across all 11 dimensions. From the moment the universe began, these universal waves have been the fundamental carriers of potential and structure, acting as the primordial architects of everything that has come to be. This concludes the first part of our extensive essay. We have laid the groundwork for the radical reinterpretation of the wave function as a direct consequence of the interplay between the 10th and 11th dimensions. The next part will explore how these universal waves actually sculpt stars and planets, moving beyond mere gravitational aggregation. Tune in for part 2 of this series of videos and don't forget to share. Thank you for watching.